What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, my bro, Fish in the building early and often. First up, Fish in the morning. What's good with you this morning, Fish? Said, all right, D Dillian shared use your short about Martin on his Instagram the other day. Did he really? Oh, wow, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yeah, Fish, Just Fish, from now on, when I plug in 7:30, just, go make a cup of coffee. Or, you know what I mean? Take the trash out or something. Because DJ going to be late, Fish. I'll be late to my own funeral, Fish. Like, hold on, everybody. Let me climb in the casket right quick. All right, but damn, that's cool as hell, Fish, man. If you could send a link to that to me in the email, speakyourmindsportstalk@gmail.com. That'll be fucking fire, bro. That's good to hear. Glad somebody paying attention to old D Jeff. That's pretty cool. But hey man, that's what happens. You tell the truth, people take notice. It is what it is. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, running late. Iceman in the building. What's good with your chin? Smoke, what's up, brother? So. Then we can only take what Bob Arum say with a grain of salt. It's not like we can believe full-fledged into what Bob Arum said. It's not like we can put all faith into what Bob Arum says. Hey, Mr. Bill Haney learned that lesson here very recently because all he could talk about prior to fighting Linares was Bob Arum said if we fight Linares, we could get Teofimo. Bob Arum said, yak. You fought Linares, you beat him impressively, and still no Teofimo. So we could put but so much into what Bob Arum said. Take it with a grain of salt, toss it over your shoulder, Well, the big thing here is that Bob Arum says after Jack Catterall, Josh Taylor, Terence Crawford is going down. He's going to fly Terence Crawford over there to Scotland. I think Edinburgh is Josh Taylor's home, and have the showdown there. Now, I love it. I love the fight. I would love for it to happen. What are the odds, man? What are the odds of us actually getting that fight? Now, some people will say, Crawford's not going to go over to Scotland. Crawford's not going to travel. Crawford's not going to do this. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Crawford and Bomac and those guys were heading over to Saudi. Where are people getting this? Crawford ain't going to be willing to travel. Crawford won't do this. I don't think Crawford will have a problem. I know Crawford's not afraid to fight Josh Taylor. I would think that Crawford would be the favorite against Josh Taylor. It can't really be a situation where there's an A side, B side in too much of a fashion because they're both top-ranked guys. And neither of them are mega stars, to tell you the truth. Crawford being in the welterweight division and 140 not as popular. Crawford, I would definitely say, has more popularity, especially being attached to Errol Spence. But again, it's not like Crawford has, all of this value, super stock in him or what have you. You know what I mean? So it will be great, bro. It will be massive for the people out in Scotland, Josh Taylor's hometown. And, here's another thing about Terence Crawford going over. He's already fought in Scotland. He fought Ricky Burns out in Scotland, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be another trip there because Terence Crawford went to fight Burns in Scotland. So I don't know where, I've seen some posts and, some comments about Terence Crawford not going to Scotland. I really don't know where that comes from. I wonder if any of these people understand that he's already been to Scotland. I wonder if they understand that, why you say he won't go. Why wouldn't he go somewhere he's already been? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Presidential Luke in the building. Good morning to you, Mr. President. Brian Harkin, my brother. Brian Harkin. All right, Brian, it is for you. If you like, I said that in the morning, I'm going to start doing this here. One man only to join me on the panel if they wish. And this morning, I picked Brian Harkin, my friend Brian Harkin. That link is for you, Brian, if you would like to join me this morning. Brian only. Brian gets the special card only. All up to you, Brian, if you'd like to jump on. Ain't been on with you in a while, buddy. All right, so yeah, good to see you, Brian. Good to see you, fam. So Iceman says, Oscar say Tank pay-per-view was only 90 at best. Oscar De La Hoya is a real card. Hey, man, that thing wasn't all of that great, but I ain't messing around about Tank this morning, Iceman. I'm talking Josh Taylor and Crawford and this whole situation and the potential of us getting this fight, how the fight may play out, whatever. We're going to talk about this fight this morning. Crawford needs this fight more so at this point in time than Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor, a lot of these fighters that are in the round in position to fight Terence Crawford, at this point, the necessity, now not for his legacy, not for what he's given to us or done in the sport, but to try and, add on to his legacy. The people that's in Crawford's arena, that's in position to fight this guy, they all have more options than him. Manny Pacquiao, Virgil Ortiz, even Errol, Spence, Josh Taylor, all of them have more options than Terence Crawford. All of them have more options of validity, fighters that will be valid, fighters that will not be frowned upon, and they can get in the ring with them, fights that will be celebrated. All of these guys have more options than Terence Crawford. So there is a necessity on the Crawford side if you're talking about building on to your legacy, if you're talking about staking claim for yourself at 147, Crawford still has things to do. And the names are running thin, man. The names are running thin. They flirted around with the Keith Thurman, but who believes that fight's going to happen? It was a little flirt, which is a valid fight. Sean Porter, that nonsense back and forth, that never materialized. Good fight. Errol Spence, forget about it. We've been stopped talking about that. Great fight. Josh Taylor now is on the menu. Oh, I missed one. Manny Pacquiao over in Saudi. That didn't materialize. Now Josh Taylor's on the menu. And Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz, he gets no credit for that. Crawford would get very minimal credit for beating up Virgil Ortiz. It's expected. It's an expected win. Yeah, Virgil is good, but only Virgil fans really believe he'll get in there and beat Crawford. Not to say Virgil doesn't have a chance, but who would you say is a stronger, more prepared, better welterweight? Maurice Hooker or Terence Crawford? Come on, man. I've seen enough issues that Virgil had in there with Maurice Hooker. Although he beat him up, I've seen certain issues that Crawford would just exploit and, punish him for it. So, again, Crawford gets, in my opinion, he would get as much credit for beating Virgil as I gave to Tank for beating Barrios. And that would be it. Josh Taylor would be a very, very valid win for this guy. So Crawford needs to get this fight. Brian said, I will try to get tickets if they do. Oh, I know you will, Brian. I know you will, brother. Tim Dub in the building. That's my guy. Tim Dub in the building. What's good with you? Always good to see you, Tim. Always, bro. You know that. We all know Crawford don't want any of Virgil. No, we don't know that, Iceman. Only you know that. That's another one of these ridiculous. When the hell? Why wouldn't Crawford not want any of Virgil? If anything, Iceman, here's the skinny on that. Crawford ain't looking in Virgil's direction, fam. That's really the skinny on it. Virgil's not a super huge star. He's not. He should be bigger. He should be much bigger than he is. He's doing more than they're valuing him. He should be a bigger star than Ryan Garcia for sure, in my opinion. But the reality is he's just not. Okay, so Virgil's not there yet. So it's not like, it's gonna it's not that name, the guy across from you. You want that. Crawford doesn't need Virgil. That's nothing that's going to validate him for 147. It's nothing that's going to, build on his legacy. Beating Virgil's not going to build on the Terence Crawford legacy. Virgil's a contender. Beating up a contender is a pound for pound guy, 4-belt undisputed guy. What pray tell do you believe is there for him to not want any piece of Virgil? He's fought and proven more than Virgil Ortiz. Maybe not at 147. Hell, even at 147. So, nah, bro. It's just Crawford, Bob, you know what it is, Iceman? Bob Arum doesn't want any part of that fight. That's what it is. Not Crawford. If I'm not going to sit here and give Tank blame for the foolishness going on, because I know that it's Floyd and Ellerby, and I did for a while. I was giving Tank all kind of heat, but I stopped it. When you realize that the issue of certain fights is not that won't happen is because of the promoter, it's foolish to keep talking about the fighter. That's absolute foolishness. Crawford has zero reservations for fighting Virgil Ortiz. I can guarantee you. Crawford probably feels like that kid ain't ready for me. So, that, Iceman. Or you think that, I should say. I don't think too many more of us. That's what's up, Tim. That's good. Good to hear, bro. Good to see you. Martin Ramos, mi hermano. What's good? Tim Dub says, all right. All right, Tim Dog, give us some shout outs. How you been, Chen? Well, Trav, FDY, man, what a morning, bro. What a morning. I'm seeing some faces I ain't seen in a minute. Trav, FDY in the building. What's up, Trav? Yeah, I was on like a 2-month and some change hiatus, Trav. I was doing only one live, and then I was off for a month. So it was like 2.5 months total. But hey, man, real good to see you, Trav. Oh shit, I didn't skip the damn comment. What up, bro? I want this fight, but Crawford's going to Scotland is a shocker to me. It'd be the second time though, Trav. It will be the second time he fought Ricky Burns in Scotland. Remember that. And then so let's talk about that too, because I wanted to speak on that. Brian, no cigar, Brian. You got no time for your boy D Jeff? Well, that link, just in case, Brian, if you're still here, that link is for you. You're the special guest if you'd like to show up this morning. That's cool. All right. But here's something else about that fight in Scotland. Let me catch up before I say this. Jerome Benjamin, what's good? Make sure I keep up with the chat, man. I always fall behind. Tommy Temper in the building. What's good with you, my brother? Good to see you, Tommy. Real. What's good? Real Carlos Mendoza. What's up with you, Carlos? Appreciate you sliding through him. My bro BK in the building. What's up, big BK? Crawford's fighting Josh Taylor in Scotland. Great news if it happens. Freedom! I love that shit, Braveheart, bro. There's only one tornado. No doubt, BK. No doubt. Salute, hermano. What's up, my man? There he is, Brian Harkin, the man in the building. What's good, Brian?
Yo, what up, D? And chat. Crawford versus the young Scottish. Well, I wouldn't say young anymore, but if that fight's happening in Edinburgh, I'm going to. Well, I'll try to get tickets for that.
You and Mark
That's
will be sitting there.
Yeah,
you already know what I'm talking about, Sam. You and Mark will be sitting there for sure, dog. You know fucking well. You will be sitting right there watching that fight.
Yep.
No,
that's a freaking guarantee.
Matter of fact, you, Mark,
to try to get tickets for that.
Y'all be sitting there with a pint, some whatever else, watching the fight.
Yeah. For me, I'd like to see Josh Taylor fight at 147 before he gets in the ring with Bud.
No, me too. Me too. You know what? Before you go there, Brian, let's save that for a second because I want to talk about that too. And I agree with you, but I want to bring that point. But I wanted to cover this real quick before we move on to that. Trav FDY say, I want this fight, but Crawford going to Scotland is a shocker to me. So here we go, Trav. First off, he already fought there. Now, before you just came in, Trav, or maybe you've been in, but I was speaking on this earlier because you're not the only one saying this. I've seen a lot of posts and everything else. And it's being said that why would Crawford go to Scotland? My thing is, why not? It's nothing for him over here in America. Okay, let's look. Let's contemplate this. It's sort of like GGG going to Japan to fight Murata because the money is there. In Japan, Murata averages 12, 15 million views when he fights. He's a super mega star over there in Japan. Over here, what the fuck, Gennady Golovkin, only Canelo fight is going to be massive here in the U.S. So there's no point in him staying homeland. It's the same thing with Crawford Taylor. The money will be there, fam. It ain't going to be here. Taylor's not a huge star in America. And sad, but so, neither is Crawford. He should be. He should be a megastar with everything he's done, but he's not. So it's it really wouldn't be any surprise that he go over there because it would be more money. They get more viewership. And he's been to Scotland before. He fought Ricky Burns in Scotland. So I'm not really, I'm kind of lost with people with the idea Crawford ain't going to Scotland. Why not? The only thing that we should be questioning here is the validity of the fight, and because Bob Arum said it. That's the question. That is
the question. You've heard me say it often. Bob Arum would contradict himself in the same freaking sentence.
Same fucking sentence, fam. Yeah, I heard you say it plenty of time. I got that from you. Hell yeah, bro. He will. In the same sentence, fam. He'd say somebody sitting in the interview and be like, wait a minute, didn't he just say Bob Arum? Yeah, man. But nah, Trav, I think honestly, bro, I don't think that that's an issue. Crawford going to Scotland because he's done it already. He was just about to go over to Saudi, remember? Of course, there was a big incentive for that. But even still, he was about to fly over to Saudi. I don't think Crawford. Look, I think Crawford has no reservations of getting in the ring with Josh Taylor I don't think he has any reservations of flying to Scotland because honestly, he doesn't have massive support here in America. So it's not like he's losing something by flying over to Scotland and fighting Josh Taylor.
Yeah. And also, both guys are with top rank. So you'd think that it would be an easier fight to make than a
not really an A-side, B-side issue because Yeah, I feel you, Brian. BK said, let me know your seat number, Brian. Yeah. Mad Chad in the building. That's Boston's finest, well, New England's finest right there. Mad Chad. What's good with you, Mad Chad? BK said, it's called a world title. Scotland is a part of the world, guys. All right, BK. Tell him again, BK. It's a world title, not a USA title.
Yeah, keep breaking up here.
What you say, Brian? What you say, Brian? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, world title. That's right, BK. Aaron walking contradiction. partly truth, partly fiction. Yeah, right. Partly, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah, Brian, you there? Brian having some technical difficulties, but I want when Brian come back, we gonna jump on that he was talking about. But yeah, it is, and I'm pretty sure here's another incentive for Crawford, which I'm kind of putting this in the air because in light of the negotiations with Errol, Spence, and Crawford wants his pay now too. See, guys like Terence Crawford and Brian, if you, I'll put it back in the chat for you, Brian. Guys like Terence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez, Virgil Ortiz, and these guys do the most. They always compete to fight the better guys and all of that, but they don't get the money because that stock is not built into them. That star power they don't have, and the accolades, they'll accomplish this and they'll accomplish that, but they just won't get the money. And when you're Crawford's age in your mid-30s, you've been 4-belt undisputed, 3-division champion, you want to cash in, bro. It's prize fighting. Eventually, you want to cash in. You want those big paychecks, and Crawford deserves it. That's another incentive for him to go over to Scotland.
Yep. Think of it too, right? These two guys are the last two undisputed champions at 140. They can build. They can build on that, right? A few things. Last undisputed champion at one. Like two last undisputed champions at 140. Current undisputed champion at 140. You know what I mean? Like they, if they program that to get that out there, right? I think they could do numbers,
bro. I think
in the UK, I think the fight will sell.
It sells out.
Whatever
fucking venue they put that in, that thing sells out. Where Fish says sell out Hampden Park, Rangers Stadium, or smaller setup Edinburgh Castle. That would be dope. Well, Fish, and a few other articles I was reading earlier on, the Edinburgh Castle is Josh Taylor's dream fight there. He said it would like either Crawford or Pacquiao to fight in Edinburgh Castle. So I'm not sure you guys know more about the venues there, but I do know that's where Josh wants it, at Edinburgh Castle. I heard him mention that a few times.
Yeah. Last time I went to Ibrox. Oh, jeez. I'm not going into that story, but
it's one of those stories.
That's Rangers' home stadium. Last time,
soccer story.
last time I went to Ibrox. Did not end up well. Put it like that. But
he said wouldn't you be surprised if the WBC make a special belt for the fight? Oh yeah, the William Wallace belt.
William Wallace.
No. The only problem with that, Carlos Mendoza, is it has to have some type of Hispanic fling to it. I don't know how Suleiman will create it, but then again, you might be right. You might just say, "Fuck it, let's call this the William Wallace belt." Tack that on. Oh man, it's prices. Yeah, Suleiman try to make a belt for everything. Damn thing. Rangers player, our Brox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Question mark. What's good with you, fam? That is, I never knew what to call him. Question, enigma, question mark. But that icon, man. What's up with you, bro? Good to see you. Oh, here we go. Jay Cooley in the building. Jay Cooley.
What's up, Jay Cooley?
He said, let Bud go. Let him go. Just to let
I think it's time for Bud to do something.
It is. It is. But Brian, what was that point you was getting ready to bring up? I wanted to talk about that. I would just want to.
Oh yeah. I would like to see Josh Taylor fight at 147 before he fights Bud.
Right, that. Right.
Right. Like because it is a step up, and technically he will be stepping up to either top two 147 pounders in the world, and includes Errol Spence Jr. in that.
All right, Chad. Yeah, no doubt.
So for me, I think it's a massive step up, even though he's done brilliantly at 140. To be undisputed at 140. Right. I do think it's a massive step up to fight Bud Crawford. I'd like to see how he does in the weight first. Give him a tough fight at 147. Who's the young kid?
What at 47?
Yeah, top rank. Guy everybody's raving about. I forget his
fucking Zayas, right? Isn't he at 47? You talking about the Puerto Rican kid?
Zayas, or give him give him one of them top challengers.
Yeah.
See how he does.
Blair or Flair Cobb. Put him in there with Blair Cobb, like just an acclamation fight, right?
Yeah.
Put him in there with Blair to Flair. Blair will fight him. Blair Cobb don't duck no smoke. Or put him there with a taller fighter like Jamal James or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know about putting him in there with a Jerron in his boots. That might be risk over reward, That's a kid that he's talking about freaking somebody said yesterday, which I said no way he goes directly to 160, but he was talking about going to 160. So that shows you the size and
he'll land he's a big kid.
But that would be a hell of an acclamation fight. He gets past Jerron in his boots,
Well, here's my thing about Jerron in his boots, right? Moving up to 160, right? That guy barely has any power at 147.
Man, no, he has power. No, I think he has power. He crunched Lipinets, and he's shown power before. But bro, 2 weight classes up, he ain't even done nothing in this sport. Like the things people say, and this dude's done nothing. Come on, bro. Everybody that jumps up 2 weight classes has done something in this. Even freaking Tank Davis, bro. You don't just jump up 2 weight classes and mess around. There are guys at 54 that I would like to see him fight. To see, get in there and bang on a Jared Hurd and see what happens with that reach and size. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what happens with the Hammer Lubin before we talk about a 60. But
Costa Zoo.
Or Costa Zoo before we talk about freaking 60. Hell, it's just a lot of names, bro. He could get in there.
Yeah.
But my thing is with Josh Taylor. Yeah, my thing is with Josh Taylor is that Jerron in his boots. Josh Taylor fighting Jerron in his boots. I think that would be a bad acclamation fight. You want a fight that he'll face some difficulties with, but he'll still win. You don't want to fight where he could potentially lose. I mean, if you're going to do all of that, then just go straight to Crawford. You know what I mean? Just go right to Crawford. I wouldn't. Jerron in his boots, I think, is too dangerous for Josh Taylor. I'm not saying he beats him because Josh is proven and Jerron's not. The only thing he's proven to us is Lipinets. And I think that Josh is much more proven than just Lipinets. But to say that beat him, no chance, and none of that, no. If I say that Virgil Ortiz has a chance against Crawford, then I'm damn sure going to say Jerron in his boots has a chance against Taylor, especially it being Taylor's the one moving up in weight. So I just don't think that would be the fight that Taylor would want to take at 47. If you take a fight with a guy like Boots, then you might as well just go straight to Crawford. I do agree with Brian 100% here, though, that, man, maybe he should take an acclamation fight. Maybe he should take an acclamation fight. But if he doesn't want to, I am 100% with Josh on this because I don't like the idea of fighters being held back either. Remember, Brian, when Teo was talking about going up and fight Josh Taylor, and I was like, bro, yeah, I got Josh favored, just like I got Crawford favored in this fight. Yeah. But I said, let Teo do it. Don't hold these guys back. It's a loss. If Tio goes up there and he fights Josh and he loses, okay. I feel the same way about Josh. He's already accomplished. He's undefeated. He went 4-belt at 140, 4-belt king, and he wants to go right up and challenge the champion. Let him do it. Let him fucking do it. I don't really hold any reservations against that because I believe that would be holding him back. If he loses, he loses.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, you know. And yeah, I do agree with the idea of these guys going up and challenging themselves because I'm not one for these guys taking an easy road. So I do agree with that there. If it's a 140, you know, he moves up to 147 and he goes and he fights Bud Crawford right up off the bat. Like, tell you the truth, right? And that their fight was happening in Edinburgh or Ibrox or wherever it's held, Hibs Football Park, you know. I'll definitely go watch it. I'll definitely go, you know, I'll definitely go watch it because, you know, it'll be interesting to see. And plus you get to see Bud Crawford. I missed Ricky Barnes fight. Couldn't get a ticket for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I tried getting a ticket for that. They were sold
out freaking right away, didn't they?
They sold out very quick.
Yeah.
You know,
so, a fight that huge in Scotland, bro, it's not going to be they'll be standing outside of the venue just to be in the presence of it, bro. You probably could charge for tickets in the venue and then put a big border around the venue and charge for tickets to stand in the venue and people will pay.
Yeah, you know. So if I can get tickets for that there, I'm definitely heading off to Edinburgh, Glasgow, or wherever it's held in Scotland. But
bro, as soon as you and Mark and
G-Man,
y'all should be on it. Like as soon as it's announced, like y'all should be on it. You know what I mean? Just try to get seats and then y'all get them. But I'm telling you, and if anybody procrastinates or sleeps on that fight, they're not going because that thing's it's gonna sell out like Canelo sold out with Envy at Texas Stadium, which was ridiculous how quick he sold out against Envy Yildirim, and people trying to say he is not the face of boxing. That's what you call a real marquee fighter. When you fight a guy like Envy Yildirim and break a freaking record. Man, please with this Canelo. That man demands views, bro. It's clear with that. So this fight, I'm pretty sure this fight in Scotland would be at that magnitude. It would sell stupid quick.
Oh, yeah.
PSK in the building was good. PSK, he said Hamden is not with the Rangers. Yeah, okay, y'all going on that. I seen a couple of
Hamden is the national football stadium.
I don't know. Brian.
Hamden is the national football stadium of Glasgow, so could be held there as well.
Right. BK said, Carlos said, I don't think it's appropriate giving Crawford belt, the freedom belt. Oh, damn. Yeah. That would be kind of shaky there, even though both people have faced atrocities, but freedom of a different. Yeah, that would be one of those politically incorrect moves to say a freedom belt because of slavery and all of the shit that happened to black people in America. Good point, Carlos. Good point. And y'all know racism. And Josh Taylor with the racist views and things he said, he'll probably come out of his mouth and say something wrong with that, bro.
Yeah. He'll say something stupid.
He was saying something really wrong.
That's a freaking guarantee.
Oh, guarantee he would say something really wrong concerning that. So, Carlos, good catch. Probably not a good idea for that one. No doubt, bro. Fish, your man Spartina saying he needed tune-up before Wyatt or Joshua. Man, crap. You didn't need a tune-up. You are a tune-up. Yeah. Bruce Goes, what's good? D. Jeff and Brian, salute to you.
What up, Bruce?
Good to see you. D. Hodges in the building. What's good, D. Hodges? What up, D. Jeff and chat LDBC? Salute everybody. Salute to you, D. Hodges in the LDBC. G. Funky HCP in the building. What's good, G. Funky? Mi hermano. What's up? What's up, fellas? See you guys. He said if Taylor beats Crawford, his last 7 opponents would have a combined record of 173-1. His last 6 opponents were undefeated. No, not all. I think a couple of them had one. But yeah, I think who was it? But yeah, bro, that's insane. That's insane. And this is why I'm saying about the star power and guys like Taylor and Crawford and a lot of other fighters. No Nito Donaire. These should be the faces of boxing. Like, these guys should be the names always in the media, but it just doesn't work out that way. Unfortunate, but yeah, Taylor's done a lot. Speaking on that, let me catch up really quick, but I want to speak on that as well, Carlos. Let me see, Iceman. Oh, there you go, my man. G-Man Boxing. We were just talking about you, G-Man. Me and Brian. What's up with you, G-Man? Like I always say, if y'all ain't been over the G-Man channel, what the hell are you waiting for? Brian Hawkins channel, G-Man channel.
My channels.
Lady Chan channel. Lady Chan in the building. What's up, sis? Dum season. Let's go. Let's get it. But
Lady Chan's been putting out some work recently too. So yeah. Definitely subscribe to Lady Chan, G-Man.
Definitely. She been putting in work. Lady Chan been doing her thing out there. Proud of you, sis. Much respect. She doing her thing. Ronald Finkley. It's all new. Let's get ready to rumble. Heavyweight beatdown. But look, I want to go back to Carlos. Touch on this right quick. Josh Taylor was speaking on this too. He said people can keep saying what he can't do. He says he keeps hearing this. He heard that with Prograis, and he most certainly did hear it with Prograis because a lot of people was like, Prograis going to beat him up. I said Prograis was going to beat him up. Proved him wrong. He heard it with Jose Ramirez. Proved the people wrong. He heard it with Victor Postol. Victor Postol's too elite of a fighter for Josh Taylor. Bit off more he could chew. Proved them wrong. And Josh Taylor said with Terence Crawford, he said, let's analyze this, guys. Let's analyze Terence Crawford's run at 140. He said, it was me that fought the tougher, stiffer competition. It's me that's fought the better fighters throughout my career. So you can keep doubting me. You can keep saying what I can't do, and I'll just have to prove you wrong again. This is why I said, bro, I was talking about this yesterday on Black and Brown's live. Black and Brown, I went to go visit him, and we sat up there and we were talking about this. And I said then too, to say that Josh Taylor can't beat Crawford is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you say Josh Taylor will beat Crawford, okay, well, that's your pick. It's a bold pick, but I'll accept it. But to say he can't beat him, that's ridiculous to me. I think that if you ask me, well, how do I rate Josh Taylor versus how do I rate Egidius Kavialaskis? I rate Josh Taylor higher. Egidius Kavialaskis found success against Crawford, even put him on the canvas. But again, remember, I rate Josh Taylor higher, better boxer than Egidius Kavialaskis. So why can't he beat Crawford? Sure, he has a chance to beat Crawford. 60-40 fight. Crawford favorite, of course. That's how I see it. I think he has plenty of chance. Josh believes he definitely has a chance to beat Crawford.
Well,
Chain with ice.
Josh's confidence right now might be sky high.
Through the roof.
Through the roof.
If he beats Crawford, sorry, I didn't mean it. If he beats Crawford, it depends, PSK. Here's what it depends on. What Canelo has done up to that point. You understand what I'm saying? Because, okay, he would have beaten another guy who had gotten pound for pound at 140, but we will still have to keep things in perspective. Crawford was just a belt holder at 47. That's it, right? If Canelo, along this time frame, because you still have a couple of fights, if Canelo beats Plant, now he becomes 4-belt undisputed with everything Canelo already has behind him, PSK. And then they're talking about fighting an Artur Beterbiev or defending his title against Jose Benavidez. No, bro, he doesn't surpass Canelo, but he'll definitely be a solid number 2. But if it happened in that You know what I mean? Canelo gets his 4-belt undisputed, and then he goes and fights like an Artur Beterbiev. Man, please. Josh ain't passing Canelo on that. How could you? Because they would both have undisputed, but Josh Taylor's resume is a mere pittance of what Canelo's would be. And what he's done. Josh Taylor's doing he's doing great, but who's the only champion outside of Emmanuel Navarrete fighting 4 times a year? That would be Canelo Alvarez, sir. So it's really hard to pass Canelo at this point for pound number 1, in my opinion. If he keeps moving the way he's been moving without Golden Boy in the zone behind him, and he keeps fighting this actively and fighting good names, it's going to be hard to pass him pound for pound number 1 for anyone. I don't care what they do, especially if he beats Caleb Plant and collects his own 4-belt undisputed. Forget about it, bro. That's going to be hard, because when we talked about Terence Crawford at pound for pound number 1, back when Terence, Lomo, and Canelo was basically in the conversation, the main reason was Terence Crawford's 4-belt undisputed. Because it couldn't have been his resume. His resume is not really all that great, not at 40 or 47. It was 4-belt undisputed. When you tack that accomplishment onto Canelo and everything he's done in boxing, no freaking way. No freaking way does a win over Crawford put him over Canelo pound for pound. Not on my pound for pound list, but I would definitely have him as a solid number 2. Definitely.
Well, he's not pound for pound on my list. He's,
yeah.
I think he's might be 5 or 6 in mine. Crawford.
Yeah, no, he was saying if Taylor beats Crawford, is he pound for pound number 1 or 2? And I was saying solid number 2, depending on the path that Canelo. Because if he beats Crawford, great. But then if Canelo would have beaten Plant and he takes on a Benavidez, Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, then we would have to assess that. Could you put him past Canelo? No, not in my opinion. You couldn't.
Even though it's a brilliant one, right? If he beats Crawford, which I don't think not too many people would expect, right? But if he beat Crawford,
yeah. Again, boy, that would be
that achievement,
huge upset, but that would be so great for Josh Taylor. And I have no dog in that race. I like both guys. I'm actually a fan of Josh Taylor and not really a fan of Crawford, not because I don't like Crawford, just because I'm not really a fan. But Josh Taylor won me as a fan after he beat my guy Regis Prograis. I showed him all the respect, and I became a fan of his at that point. But even still, in that fight, I would have no dog in that race. I would be happy to see either of those guys win. But I think Josh has a chance in this one, fam. I think Josh chances in this is the same. I would say his chances in this is equivalent to Pacquiao's chances against Spence. And this is my opinion now. I think that probably a lot of people will give Pacquiao more of a chance because a lot of people underestimate Spence. So I see it. Yeah. It's both 60-40 fights is how I see it. Yeah. I see Spence, Pacquiao 60-40. I see Crawford, Taylor 60-40.
Yeah, both guys, right? If just say, right, if Crawford comes up and he's Bud Crawford, right? I don't see Josh Taylor beating him. I think Bud has too much power from him.
Yeah.
The switch header, all that there, combination punching, all that.
Lady Chan, check that out. 1 degree. We pretty much the same. She said it's only 74 degrees here. I'm in Ohio. It's only 73 here. We 1 degree lower than you guys.
Yeah. Right. For me, my worry about Manny Pacquiao is his age and stamina. I could see that fight. I could see the Spence fight being competitive for 6-7 rounds, but right. I could see Manny slowing down in the later rounds. Giving Spence. You know what I mean? maybe going into the
I got 10, bro.
Or what?
I got 10. I see that fight very similar to how you do, and I think it lands Spence a stoppage late.
Yeah,
10th round stoppage.
Yeah, well, I do got it to decision just for respect on Pacquiao's name, but but for me, it's the stamina thing. For me,
Spence got a tank. Spence got a tank out this world, bro.
Yeah,
dude got a tank on him. He's back with Blu-ray too, so his strength is good. Like all you know what I mean. Like people talk about Mikey. Yeah, whatever. He went with Blu-ray with Mikey, and don't freaking sit and tell me your strengthening training coach don't matter, because you could see a clear difference with Spence after he separated from Blu-ray. Well, he back with Blu-ray. I think he stops Pacquiao late. Ronald Finkley, you already know, bro. You know I'm gonna keep the cup of mud with me. Pigeon in the building. What's good, Pigeon? Jay Kyle, I miss Jay Kyle. I miss my bro Jay Kyle in the building.
What's up, Jay?
Kyle? He said, I just had to walk on the beach, but it's late over here and cold. Well, cold for Sydney. Yeah, well, Jay Kyle, I don't even want to hear nothing about cold. Living in this damn Ohio. This is one of the coldest places. The only place I lived in that was colder than this place here is Ansbach, Germany. That's a cold motherfucking place. That's a cold place, bro. I don't know if you guys ever been to Germany. The German winters ain't no joke, fam. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Ansbach, Germany, that place was freaking cold, fam. Damn, that season sounds like Harry Potter's weather over there. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how it is. Jan Kyle, Jerome Benjamin. I see you guys saluting each other. I'm trying to get comments here. And here go on G-Man Boxing. My brother G-Man says Taylor 140, Ramirez, Regis, Baranchek, Crawford, Molina, Diaz, Andongo. Last three opponents at 140. No contest. Yeah, bro. Exactly. And listen, G-Man, that's what Taylor actually said, something like that in the article I was reading. I think it was I read like 4 articles on this, but I think it was the Boxing Scene article, right? He actually alluded to that point right there. And I spoke on that earlier, where he was talking about what he'd done at 140 and the level of competition and the guys he faced versus what Crawford. He said he doesn't understand why people keep sleeping on him. If they pay attention to their path, he's had the tougher fights. And bro, I agree 100%. Josh Taylor has fought the fights where, look, you know how I always say, guys, that I want to see fights where there's intrigue and suspense involved in it. I don't want to see fights where I know a guy's going to win. Taylor has been in those fights, post style, intrigue. We didn't know Taylor was going to win that. You know, Baranchik, Regis, all of these names, we didn't know. Ramirez, Crawford. Who the fuck you thought was going to beat Crawford? The only person that Crawford fought, period, altogether, well, two people where people was thinking he might be beat. And this is his whole career, not at one weight class. His whole career, it was only Victor Postol, in my opinion, Victor Postol and Yuri Urkus Gamboa. Because remember, back when Yuri Urkus Gamboa fought Crawford, he was in his prime. He was fast. He was lightning. He was knocking guys. So it was only Yuri Urkus Gamboa and Victor Postol that people believed Crawford would lose. Everything else, they knew he would win. And then the way he crushed, well, not crushed, but the way he beat Gamboa, impressive fashion, even though he got wobbled, and one-sided fight with Postol. Just look at it. Taylor had a fucking rumble with Regis Prograis. That was a rumble. He had a good fight with Victor Postol. Like, he had battles with these guys. So I'm with that, G, man. Like, that's why I said I'm on Josh Taylor's side with that sentiment. You cannot underestimate this guy. Is what I say about Crawford versus Spence at 147, even though people don't like to hear it. I don't care what he's done at 140, bro. Stop telling me what he's done at 140, this 4-belt undisputed. And when you look at the 4-belt undisputed run at 140, look at what Taylor is saying. How impressive was the run at 140? Yes, he got 4-belt undisputed at 140, but it's the same thing what Taylor was saying. But when you look at Spence at 147, which is where Crawford is now, and you look at the level of competition, Spence is fighting champions, bro. Top 5 guys. I don't care what y'all say about Spence. He's fighting champions and top 5 guys. We cannot just be praising Crawford and putting him all up here just because of the accomplishments. You do have to look at the fighters that he's fought and the level of competition. So I am totally with Josh Taylor here, mainly because of points I made before when we were talking about Spence and Crawford. He's making some of the same points now about himself that I was making about Spence and Crawford. So I have to agree with him. Because I've made these points about Crawford, and people called it hate. Now what are they saying? Is Josh Taylor hating on Crawford, or is he just telling the truth? Because when I said it about Crawford concerning Spence, all of these Crawford yahoos and detractors and Crawford fanboys, it was all about hate. Oh, you just hating on Crawford, D. You just hating on Crawford. So now is Josh Taylor hating on him as well? Because he's saying the same damn thing. It's truth. It's truth. People don't like to hear the truth.
That's for sure. Crawford's run, right? Well, I think we've talked about this a million times at 140.
The weakest. It's the
weak.
weakest. It's the weakest. It is the weakest in 4-belt undisputed history. It's the weakest run. It's the weakest run.
Yeah, weak. Even at 147, he hasn't set the world alight. You know, like as you'd say, Gamboa, and Victor Postal was his 2 toughest fights.
Fights that people thought he could actually lose.
Yeah.
Nobody thought, no fight he's been in at 147 that people think he was going to lose. Not one fight.
I thought Taylor Ramirez, I said it, I believe that would be a draw. I
picked Regis by split decision. I mean, by a split decision in the league, but UD.
Yeah. I honestly believed that fight would be so close that it would, come out down to be a draw. Both fighters, the way I was thinking about it is as top rank, both fighters keep their belts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they could go back to the rematch.
I'm glad you're here too. I wish Boxing Monster or Samuel Shaw was in here. Because these 2 idiots keep trying to tell me that I picked Keith Thurman over Pacquiao. You were in the prediction league with me. I'm like, bro, y'all stupid. I was saying Pacquiao going to beat Keith Thurman, bro. Yeah, they going by, okay, so when they first start talking about the fight, not negotiations, nothing, just talking about the fight. Well, long ago, I was still messing around with He Knows the Sports. And He Knows the Sports was like, Keith Thurman's going to beat Pacquiao. He's too old, this, that, and the third. And I was like, bro, I got to agree with that. I put it in the comment section. And I thought about it, and I thought about the Josecito Lopez, and I went on to Corey Lee probably like 3 or 4 days later. And I was like, you know what? I said that Thurman will probably beat Pacquiao. He's too old, but I'm looking at the Josecito Lopez fight, and I'm like, nah, bro. I said, y'all want to make some money? Bet on Pacquiao. That's when the fight was announced. So I got receipts, bro. I got receipts on Corey Lee's live. I got receipts in the prediction league because you right here. I never picked Keith Thurman to beat Pacquiao. Leave it to Boxing Monster and Samuel Shaw trolling asses. You know what I mean? I picked Pacquiao. Man, get out of here, bro. I picked Thurman. I've been calling this dude Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman for so long. You gotta be kidding me.
I was telling people, right, over here specifically, I'm saying put your especially down at the boxing club I was at, right? I was saying put your money on Pacquiao. Right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You, Brian, and hell yeah to you too, Jay Cooley. Jay Cooley said so Taylor beats Buddy pound for pound, already over Bud in the pound for pound.
He's over Bud. He's over Bud.
Yeah, that's what Jay Cooley is saying. His undisputed was way better than Bud. Bud WBO belt was a vacant title until he fought Jeff Horn. Y'all give Bud too much praise. Look, Jay Cooley, who is y'all? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
you already know how I am about Bob Arum. I don't have no disdain. I like Crawford, but I'm not a fan. But you know how I am about Bob Arum. I'm the one who's been saying this weakest run. So who the hell is y'all? Who is y'all give Bud too much credit? That's what I want to know.
And just remember, right? Just remember Josh Taylor did it in 16, 17 fights. Undisputed.
Yeah.
Pro fights. He got undisputed in that there, just like I was gonna say he's not undisputed, but like he picked up 4 belts. I was gonna say you're a man, but technically he's not undisputed, but technically he got 4 belts.
Yeah. But Ronald, it's not just that fight. Victor Postol, Ivan Baranchyk. Those fights got him looking good, bro. The way Jose Ramirez and the way he mopped up that guy Conson with that body shot, bro. He's just been looking impressive all around the board. Josh Taylor. I still don't pick him over Crawford. I cannot pick him to beat Crawford.
I don't pick him over Crawford.
I'm praising Josh. I'm giving him his just due and everything, but I want you guys to keep in perspective and don't get like boxing monster and Samuel off y'all. I'm not picking Josh to win. 60-40 Crawford.
Yeah, I got Crawford. I got Crawford winning. And just the fact that it's at 147, and if he moves straight up, he won't be acclimated to the weight. Plus Crawford has power at 147. He's proven he has power at 147. So that's why I'm picking. That's why I'm picking Crawford. Right. But Josh could give him a good fight. Josh can be competitive. Josh has got quick hands, decent movement. And if he lets his hands go, he could be a problem. And he proved in the Ramirez fight that not only can he fight on the inside, but he can hold and he can stifle. An inside, he can hold and he can stifle an inside boxer.
Yeah.
So he's proven he's got more to his game. Against Regis Prograis, he had to dig down deep at certain points in that fight, and he chewed in his gum shield. He dig down, and at times, he came through that, right? So,
bro, he got rocked in 3 fights and showed his resilience. 3 fights. I remember him getting rocked in Postol fight. I remember him getting rocked in the Regis fight, and he got rocked against Ramirez, and he won them all.
Yeah. And
the dude's got the dog in him, fam.
He got a bit of dog. He got a bit of dog. He got that bit of fight in him, right? That little bit of heart. And sometimes you just can't turn your nose up at that, right? Because I've never seen really Bud in that type of trouble.
No, bullshit, Brian. Stop that.
I know.
Stinky leg. And he bit down on his gum shield, came back and knocked that dude. No, Bud got dog in him. I'm not even going to say that. Kavialaskas. Bud has so much dog in him, Brian. This is something I cannot take.
For me, where you said Postol and thing.
Right.
For me, it was I was worried about Kavialaskas more than I was about Victor Postol.
Yeah, that might be true, but I want to get on this dog point. And I agree with you there, but the dog in Crawford, I ain't gonna take this from him because he has so much dog in him that it's actually a flaw of his. Because when you hit Crawford with something good, and if you've noticed Crawford, he has so much dog in him that it's a flaw. Because when you hit him with something good, he gets careless to come back and get his get back. That's one of his flaws. It's one of the things that I said could get him into big trouble with Errol Spence. Because he'll get hit and then he'll come in and he'll try to duke it out when he shouldn't really do that. And that's how much dog he has in him. So much that it becomes a flaw for him. So that dude, Crawford, has crazy dog in him, bro. Because when he gets hurt, he goes back to get his vengeance, even putting himself in danger to do it. Dog, that's pit bull dog. That's the type of dog. That's pit bull. Because pit bulls, dopamine runs through pain. When they're in fights, pit bulls, they don't feel pain. Dopamine is released in their brain, and the more pain that comes, the angrier pit bulls get.
Yeah,
that's the type of dog Crawford has in him. So I can't take him not having dog in him. I can't take that from Crawford. That
as often
dog to a flaw.
As often as Josh then. All right.
Real quick.
I'll rephrase that.
Real quick, Brian, let me catch the super chat from my man Ronald Finkley.
What up, Ronald?
AKA Cappuccino Kid. Hey, you know what, man? I have so many names. I like them all. I actually like the Cappuccino Kid. Samuel Shaw, Boxing Monster, Little Draco. I'm not too big on that, but that's the name. G. Jeffries. Man, you guys, I love the nicknames. Go ahead, Brian, my bad.
Right. No, when I was saying about the Kavaliauskas fight, right, on Bud, for me, I thought that was the toughest one because for me, I honestly believe Kavaliauskas had genuine power that would cause Bud problems.
Right.
Like you see, Yukis Gamboa, I thought Gamboa was a better boxer than Kavaliauskas, right?
Yeah.
But I thought I thought he could take his power.
Yeah.
Victor Postal, the better boxer, but I thought Bud would figure him out. For me, it was Kavaliauskas because I thought if Kavaliauskas landed clean on him, and he did land clean on him, right, that he could cause Bud problems with his genuine power. And for me, that was his toughest fight going into it. Like looking back at it, I thought the Kavaliauskas fight was the hardest fight for him.
Indeed. Let me catch up real quick, Brian, because I gotta get ready.
Yeah, no worries.
I seen a couple of people stepping in. A-Obs in the building. Good to see you, A-Obs. Coming in at the ass end of it, A-Obs. He who greased with fire in the building. What's up, brother? He said, has this been announced? I thought fight. No. They're talking about after the Catterall fight. So Catterall is going to happen, but Bob Arum was mentioning this, speaking after the Catterall fight. He who agrees with fire. Good to see you, bro. Oh, Mark Unrivaled in the building. Hey, yo, what's good with your big Mark? My bro, Flame on 24. Hey, it's not boxing, guys. This is music I'm talking about. And if you want to hear that fire, Flame on 24. And Flame, that new song, that one you just dropped, that last one. Yeah, I'm using that. I'm making I love Flame On too, guys. I want to tell you guys something. When I first met this guy a couple of years ago back on my bro IBFP Nuke's channel, we was doing a live. Actually, I was in the debate against Flame On. It was me and that idiot, he knows his sports, versus Flame On and IBFP, and it was all about Spence versus Mikey. That's why I met Flame On. But then I found out he had a channel and he does music. He raps and shit and beast mode. So y'all go check out Flame On channel, subscribe to that, give my man a like, support his music, share it. Music fire, fam. And my next intro that I'm getting ready to create, because I'm changing the Speaking My Sports Talk. I got LeBron and all of them, Kawhi Leonard coming up. I'm getting ready to change all that because we don't really do basketball and MMA. So I'm getting ready to change it more to a boxing intro. And it's going to be the music of my man Flame On. No doubt. I'm changing up the music. I like that, but I'm changing it. I'm changing the whole thing. Flame On's going to be premiered on that. What up, Flame? Good to see you, fam. Frank Lopez in the building. Hey, love, good morning. Frank Lopez. Mark Unrivaled. Appreciate you, my brother. D. Jeff, a.k.a. Asshole. There's another nickname. That one's suitable, Mark. I like that one, too. Oh, shit, that's priceless. There you go. See, yep. See, he said it too. D treats it as a compliment. Damn, Skippy. South Croy in the building. What's good? He said, why are we sounding so sure that this fight happened? No, we're not. South, you coming in a little bit late. We get ready to shut it down. But I started this off, South Croy, with take what Bob Arum says with a grain of salt. Toss it over your shoulder. So we're not putting all faith into. We're not pulling a Bill Haney here. Bill Haney put all his faith in the Bob Arum. Bob says fighting Linares will get Lopez Jr. Bob says fighting Linares. We're not doing that over here. We're not putting all our faith in Bob Arum. No, sir. No, Croy, we're not making that kind of mistake. No. All right, guys, that's it. We gotta dip out. It's after an hour. There you go, Flame On. Boom. Ronald subbed already. Ronald, you're not going to be disappointed, bro. Fire music. And you're going to listen to a lot of his other songs, too. Flame On's a beast. Bud just need to fight someone. Anyone. Precisely. Brian Harkin.
I agree.
Love you, dog. glad you came to join me and shit, man.
No worries, D. Yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. Bud does need to fight someone. I've been saying it now for the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
On Bud Crawford, right? I love the way Bud boxes. I love his skills in the ring. And I've said it multiple times. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. But asterisk here is a level of competition has been lacking for Bud. And I've been saying this for the last, number of years.
Yeah.
Right? I do like his style. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch. If not my favorite fighter to watch in the ring with technical skills and ability, and that little bit of heart he has, right? But Bud Crawford, step in the fucking ring, fight someone with a fucking pulse. Please, right?
We're begging you, Bud.
Add to your legacy, right? Right. I know you don't give a shit about what a fat Irishman in Ireland, right?
Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Brian. Look at Flame One. Look,
but please, step in the ring, right, and show why I'm a fan of you, because I've been disappointed, right?
There you go.
When in your youth, I had such high hopes for you. I believed you would be the next big star of boxing, and you have not turned out that way. So, thanks for having me on, everyone in the chat. If it happens, Taylor,
too, Brian. Good to see you. If it
happens, Taylor, Bud, good fight.
No doubt. Good to see you, Sam. Before I go, PED, you right at the ass end of it, bro, but I want to shout you out. I see you just stepped in here, and PED says Taylor beats Bud. See, guys, I told you. There are people that believe Taylor beats Bud. Mark said, we ain't friends no more. You can't come to my birthday party. Oh, man, you guys are wild, man. Madness. All right, man, look. I appreciate all you guys getting up out of here, man. Hopefully I'll be doing the live this afternoon. Those things are sporadic now, guys. This is our show. Definitely going to happen. I'll put some videos out. We may do a live in the evening, but we can depend on our early morning show to get our day started. Make sure y'all bring your mud along with you. Josh Taylor, Terence Crawford in Scotland, maybe. Y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.